A very good morning to one and all of you. Today, I'm going to discuss about intermittent fasting. So, how can you use fasting to improve your health? So, the benefits of intermittent fasting. So, with fasting, you can lose weight, you can prevent diabetes, you can literally reverse diabetes, you can prevent cancers, you can prevent Alzheimer's dementia, and you can prevent many other neurodegenerative disorders. And also, you can live longer. And also, with fasting, when you lose weight, you also look younger. So, what is intermittent fasting? So, intermittent fasting is nothing but it is a type of eating pattern. So, where you alternate between cycles of fasting and eating. So, in true sense, intermittent fasting is an eating pattern. So, it is not any specific kind of diet. So in intermittent fasting, so I tell you when to eat, not what to eat. So you can eat whatever you want, so whatever you're comfortable with, but I will tell you when to eat, when not to eat. That is the advantage with intermittent fasting. As you can see, there are a lot of fad diets. It's something like there are many diets with very different fancy names. But people usually they don't adhere to the diets for long term because it's very difficult to follow. So when you say you should not eat this, which you eat regularly since years, since your birth, and don't eat this, don't eat that, you eat this only, you eat this, you introduce new kind of foods, new kind of things. So many people, so they can't do this diet for longer times. They use it for a brief period of times and they drop off. That happens with diets. So intermittent fasting advantage is I don't tell what to eat. I tell only when to eat and when not to eat. So that is the advantage with intermittent fasting. And this fasting is a not new thing. So you do it every day. So do you know why we call it as breakfast? The first thing you eat in the morning. So in English we call it breakfast. Break plus fast. So you're breaking your fast. So you eat dinner in the night around 8 o'clock, and again you eat something at 8 o'clock in the morning. So you're breaking the fast. So literally you're in the fasting state for 12 hours. That's why we call it as breakfast. So literally you have fasted for 12 hours. And many people, you have a lavish something like you have a Saturday night party and you eat a lot in the night, and again you sleep off, and next day is Sunday and you don't wake up till noon, and you wake up, you wake up around 12 o'clock, and 12 o'clock you eat your lunch, which you call it as a brunch. So literally you have fasted, you skipped your breakfast, so you had 8 o'clock dinner. So again, the next day 12 o'clock noon you're having lunch, nothing in between. Literally you have done 16 hours fast. That's what called is fasting, so which you are very comfortable, and definitely you have done this many times. Many people, they skip. That's what is called fasting. It is not a new thing. It is not a complicated one. And this fasting has been in practice since human evolution. See, we are nothing but a beautiful tailless monkeys. So we don't have refrigerators. We don't have supermarkets in forest. So when you're living in the forest, one day you get food, one day you'll not get food. So you'll be fasting on that day. Just imagine we're living in the forest like your four grandfathers. See, so you should hunt for your food. So you'll wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning and you'll go for hunt. So you may get food at in the lunchtime around 1 o'clock. You may find some deer, or you may find some rabbit, or you may find some hen, or you may find some tree with some edible fruit. So you'll eat something at the time. And again, you'll be going on hunting. If you don't get anything in the night, so something like you'll be in a fast. Again, next day morning, you'll wake up and you'll go for hunt. So literally, this is something like food is in never abundant in olden times. See, without intelligence, so what we have done, we have destroyed the whole forest. I want only maize. I want only rice to be grown. I will grow only rice. So destroy the forest and only rice. I want only apple trees. I want only orange trees. So the forest doesn't work like this. So we have organized the food chain, and we have invented technology, refrigerators, where we can store food. So like now we're living in era of food access. That is never see something like just see. You can see the wild animals. They're never in food access. One day they'll get food. One day they'll not get food. That day they'll be in fasting. They'll use their fat stores to live on to produce energy. That's what the natural human evolution is. Humans are not designed to eat 3 to 4 times a day. It has never happened in human evolution, because getting food is something like is the biggest thing. It is the biggest challenge in the world. You can see like in Animal Planet and BBC Earth, see a lot of things. You can see how the animals they hunt for their food, and one day they get, one day they don't get. So you can see street dogs also. So the dogs living in the street, so they don't get. See, for example, in the morning they wake up, they keep on searching for food. So they may not get food till evening 4 o'clock. So they'll eat something at 4 o'clock. So literally they have fasted the whole day, and again they'll go on searching. They get something they'll eat. If they don't get, they'll be on fast. And as you can see how lean they are. Just see how homegrown dogs, see something like domesticated dogs in your house. So you'll be keeping on eating 3, 4 times a day, and you'll keep 3, 4 times of food to the dog. And you can see a lot of obese dogs. So which are the domesticated dogs, but you can never find obese dog on the street because getting a food is a big thing. So see, this fasting is there since long time, and that's how your human bodies are designed. And once you break that habit, you're eating round the clock, and you're becoming fat, you're becoming a lot of diseases, you're getting diabetes, you're getting hypertension, you're getting blood pressure, you're getting heart attacks, you're getting strokes, you're getting cancers, you're getting Alzheimer's dementia, your lifespan is reduced. So a lot of shit is going on just because you're eating like 3 to 4 times a day, which is which is never gonna happen in a normal prehistoric human evolution in a human life. So fasting is absolutely it's a natural state which everyone should do. That's how your body is designed for. At the moment you're in a fasting state, there's a metabolic switch goes on. So the body it shifts to fat stores. The fat stores will burn and it will provide energy. So as you can see, this fasting is supported by literally every religion. So every religion supports fasting. See, Hinduism, they do a lot of vratas. So they fast on Mondays, some fast on Saturdays. And in Christianity, during Lent, they fast. They do Friday fast, they do Sunday fasts. And you can see Ramjan month, Ramadan, the Muslims, they practice this during this Ramadan. So they literally they don't eat from the early morning to the sunset. They don't drink, and you can see a lot of Muslims they lose at least 2 kgs during the Ramadan month. Literally every religion supports it. So literally without any evidence of science and everything, our forefathers, our great grandfathers, they know the power of fasting. That's why literally every religion supports fasting. See, many people ask why I should fast. See, intermittent fasting is different, starvation is different. See, in intermittent fasting, see, literally, you're something like you're overweight, you have enough fat stores. So, voluntary avoidance of food for spiritual and health reasons, that is fasting. See, starvation is entirely different. In starvation, literally, you don't get food to eat. So, food is not available. That is starvation. Whereas in fasting, food is readily available. You choose not to eat just because of the health benefits of fasting and also for spiritual reasons. So starvation is different, fasting is different. Starvation is involuntary absence of food for a long time. So next question, what are the types of intermittent fasting? So there are a lot of varieties of intermittent fasting. I'm going to tell you a few. The first method is Karaturi method, so which I follow. So usually I eat, so I go for an exercise when I wake up in the early morning. So then I eat my breakfast. Then I go to the hospital. So I don't eat lunch. So when I come back in the night at around in the night, so I eat my dinner. So a day goes on. So I eat my breakfast, I eat my dinner. So nothing in between. So in between 12 hours of fasting again, from dinner to next day breakfast, 12 hours of fasting. That's how I follow. I call it as a Kadpuri method. And my wife follows. We both are doctors. So we both go to the hospital. So we eat our breakfast and go to the hospital. We don't eat anything lunch. So first thing we get the innumerous health benefits of fasting. The second thing is we save money because you need not prepare food. You can save money, and the next thing you can save time also because my wife need not strain. She did not plan what to make for lunch, and she did not get strained by making a lunch. So literally, it's very advantageous for working couples. So literally, you can make a breakfast. You both can eat. Go to your job. Don't skip your lunch. So no need to prepare. No need of tension. You can save money. You can save time. You can use your time in a different way. And when you come back in the night, you both can have dinner together. So this is called as Katuri method. This is the method I follow. And before I discovered intermittent fasting, I used to weigh around 100 kgs. See, right now you can see my picture. This is a picture where I am weighing literally 100 kgs. So after doing intermittent fasting, literally I lost 15 kgs of weight. So right now at present in this video I'm making, you can see my weight. Right now I'm weighing around 85 kgs. So literally you can lose weight by using this method. So another method is 16-8 method. In 16-8 method, 8 hours you will be in the feeding state, eating state, and 16 hours you will be in the fasting state. So in this, what you'll do, you'll skip your breakfast. So at 1 o'clock you will eat lunch, at 9 o'clock you will eat dinner. So your eating period is 1 to 9 only. So 1 o'clock lunch, 9 o'clock dinner. So after 9 o'clock in the night, next day, tomorrow morning, you skip your breakfast, you will eat again lunch. So literally in a day, you'll skip your breakfast, you'll eat only lunch and dinner. We call it as a 16-8 method. And next is weekly intermittent fasting. So this is followed by many people for spiritual reasons. So you'll skip a food on one whole day. So something like you'll skip food on Monday or Saturday or whichever day you like. This is called as weekly IF or weekly intermittent fasting. You'll do fast for one whole day in a week. So literally in a month you'll have 4 weeks. So you'll do fasting for 4 days. So this is weekly intermittent fasting. The next thing is alternate day intermittent fasting. So our alternate day IF. So you will eat one day, you'll skip food on one day. So one day you'll be eating normally, the next day you'll skip, you'll be in a fasting state. The next day you'll be eating again. So you'll be skipping. It is called as alternate day intermittent fasting. So next thing is spontaneous intermittent fasting. This I do all the time. See, I go for conferences. So whenever I need to catch a flight, so in the evening I'll catch a flight, and that's my dinner time. So dinner time, I have only two choices. I should eat something in the aeroplane, or I should eat something in the airport lounge, and both things are very costly. As you can see, usually the food rates are very high when compared to outside in bus stands, in train stations, in airports, and also in aeroplanes. So I do spontaneous fast. So that day when I'm in travel, I will skip my dinner. So I will get the benefits of fasting. I will get the numerous health benefits of fasting. My health will improve. The second thing, I'll save money. I prefer not to eat. So something like you can do for spontaneous fastings. So something you can decide, oh, today I'm not going to eat breakfast. Today, no, I'm skipping lunch. Today, I'm skipping dinner. Spontaneous is not planned. You can do like that spontaneous intermittent fasting, which is very helpful. And it is very helpful during travel times because you can save money. Next is 1 meal a day. It is something like we call it as 24 hours fast. So you'll eat only once a day. So you'll eat only lunch. So you don't eat a breakfast, you don't eat a dinner. And again, you'll eat lunch on the next day. It is called as 1 meal a day, OMAD, or 24 hours fast. And we have prolonged fasting or extended fasting. People fast for 36 hours, 48 hours. People fast for 72 hours. Some people fast for 7 days. And this extended fasting, we don't recommend. If you want to do this, you should be under medical supervision, under supervision of a doctor. And if you, these are usually used by persons who want to lose your weight rapidly. You want to lose your weight rapidly, you want to very fast. This the 3 days, 4 days, 7 days continuous fasting, they help a lot. You lose weight something like very rapidly, and usually it is better to do under doctor supervision. So what to eat while you're fasting? So while you're fasting, so it's better not to eat anything. The best thing I prefer is drink water, hydrate. So only plain water. So when you, for example, I skip my lunch, I feel if you feel hunger, I feel like eating something. Just I will drink a glass of water. So which will decrease your appetite, which will decrease your hunger. That's the best thing to do. But some people, no, 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 I can't stop with water. I need to eat something. You can go with green tea or coffee, both without sugar. You can add some milk, but definitely not sugar. Or you can drink lemon water. The best thing is water. It gives the absolute 100% benefits of fasting will get only by drinking water. But if you can't, so no, I can't stop something. You can go with okay green tea or coffee, but don't add any sugar to that. Or you can go with a lemon water. So how intermittent fasting affects your cells and hormones? So the first thing intermittent fasting does, it increases your growth hormone. So the moment growth hormone increases, it increases your lean muscle mass, and your insulin sensitivity increases. The insulin resistance decreases. The once your insulin sensitivity increases, it will prevent diabetes. Diabetes will get cured, and it lead to various health benefits in your body. And the lot of cellular repair goes on during fasting. When you're fasting, there are a lot of metabolic processes will get initiated in your body, which increases cellular repair. So they will repair your damaged cells, and also there will be altered gene expressions, so which is very useful in preventing many diseases like cancer and neurodegenerative disorders. And if you want to lose weight, so the only secret to weight loss is fasting. See, many people they exercise a lot to lose weight. Exercise will not cause weight loss because the moment you do exercise, it will increase appetite and you will eat more. See, if you don't do exercise, you eat something like 2 idlis for your breakfast. You exercise on that, you eat 4 idlis. Exercise will increase appetite, and exercise will not cause weight loss. See, exercise is very good. I say you should do at least 1 hour exercise a day, and it causes numerous health benefits. But exercise doesn't cause weight loss. If someone says that exercise causes weight loss, it's a joke. See, you can do research yourself. You go to a any park of your choice, and you weigh all the guys who are doing exercise there. You come again after 1 year, and you check the weight of all the guys who are doing walking in the park. No one sees literally they say we have increased weight, we haven't decreased weight. See, exercise also causes weight loss, but you should do prolonged exercise. Something like you should do exercise for 8 hours, 10 hours a day, which is not possible in our busy lifestyles. You can at the most you can give 1 hour for exercise, and if that 1 hour exercise doesn't cause weight loss. If you want to lose weight, the only weapon, the secret weapon you have is fasting. I lost 15 kgs by doing intermittent fasting. I used to weigh at a time 100 kgs. You can see the pictures. See, literally in these pictures, I used to weigh 100 kgs. Right now, I'm weighing 80 kg, 85 kgs. So, if you want to lose weight, the only secret is intermittent fasting, and do it, you'll definitely lose the weight. So, many people ask me, So how to reverse diabetes? So they're suffering from diabetes. There are a lot of medications. So how to cure diabetes? How to reverse diabetes? How to push diabetes into remission? The only secret for pushing diabetes into remission is intermittent fasting. You follow intermittent fasting, you lose weight, your diabetes will disappear. Again, if you put on weight, your diabetes will come back. That's why we call diabetes in remission. So rather than calling cure, we call it remission because as long as you're able to maintain this weight, diabetes will not come back. And if you put on weight, again it will come back. So if you want the secret, so if you want to stop your medications, so if you want to become a non-diabetic, still you can become a non-diabetic. You can push diabetes in remission. The secret to push diabetes in remission is intermittent fasting. So you do intermittent fasting, you lose weight, your diabetes will disappear. As simple as that. So what are the health benefits of intermittent fasting? So there are numerous health benefits. So the first thing is weight loss, you lose weight. The second thing is you can prevent diabetes. You can literally push diabetes in remission. You can literally cure diabetes. You can prevent cancers. You can prevent neurodegenerative disorders. You can prevent Alzheimer's dementia. If you lose weight, there'll be less asthmatic attacks. For example, if you're getting 10 to 12 attacks a year, if you lose weight by doing intermittent fasting, your asthma will get reduced. You'll get only one attack a year. If you're having arthritis, if you're having any pain in your knee joints, in your ankle joints, or you're having multiple joint pains, you're having any arthritis, polyarthritis, just lose weight by doing intermittent fasting, your arthritis will disappear. Fasting will improve your memory. Fasting will improve your concentration. Fasting will help you to live longer. It will also make you look younger just because you lost some weight. And fasting will improve your blood cholesterol profile. Fasting prevents heart attacks. Fasting prevents strokes. And many people say they are having fatty liver and scans. So if you do fasting, if you lose weight, fatty liver will disappear. And other than health benefits, the other benefit of fasting is you will save money, you will save time. So if you fast on the day, so you need not, you can save money for food on that, for the lunch. If you skip a lunch, you can save money for that. And you can save time. You can do some other productive work during the time. Your wife also, she will be free, so she did not make a lunch. So she can use that time in some other productive means. So it's not only it will help in health benefits. It can save your time and money also. So who should not do intermittent fasting? So intermittent fasting is not for everyone. So if you're underweight, please don't do intermittent fasting. If you are a woman who are planning pregnancy, so you're planning to get pregnant, please don't do intermittent fasting. If you're already pregnant, so should not do intermittent fasting. If you're breastfeeding your baby, please do intermittent fasting. If you're suffering from eating disorders, please don't do intermittent fasting. And if you're having diabetes, please do intermittent fasting only after a consultation with your physician. So please meet your physician and you should change your medications because there are some medications which cause hypoglycemia, low blood sugar, and there's certain some medications doesn't cause low blood sugar. So whenever a diabetic patient who comes to me and says he wants to try intermittent fasting, I usually switch medications. So I will stop the regular medications. I will go into different medications which doesn't cause low blood sugar. So you can happily fast by taking that medication. So if you're diabetic, please don't start intermittent fasting without consultation with your physician. So you should need to change your medications. You should take permission from your doctor, and a diabetic should do intermittent fasting under doctor's supervision. Please don't do it on your own. So many people ask, should women fast? See, there is it's a tricky question. See, women can fast. There is no doubt about it. But when you fast, so you don't get your periods. So if you're a woman who are planning to get pregnant, please don't do intermittent fasting. If you're already pregnant, don't do intermittent fasting. If you're breastfeeding your baby, don't do intermittent fasting. See, for example, if you want to lose some weight, so you can do intermittent fasting for 3 months. So you'll lose some around 15 kgs. Fine. But 3 months, you may miss your periods. So don't worry. After 3 months, when you start eating, again, you'll get your periods. So you can maintain that weight. For example, again, if you ate and if you put on weight, you can do again intermittent fasting for 3 months in the latter next year or latter year. So you can plan like that, but please remember that if you're in fasting, usually you don't get periods. There is something like nature's protection. See, the moment you're in a fasting mode, nature thinks that there is no food abundance, and nature will stop this menstrual cycles so that you'll not have a baby because there is no food for you. How can you rear a baby? So that's how nature protects you. So usually you'll miss your periods, don't worry. But once again you start eating, you get your periods back. So what are the possible side effects of intermittent fasting? The biggest side effect is weight loss. Okay. So the main side effects of fasting is hunger. So many people they feel hunger, they don't know how to control it, they become irritable and so on. So whenever you feel hunger, you can drink a glass of water, it will get so slowly. First 7 days is very crucial because you'll feel irritable, you'll feel hunger, but once 1 week passes, you'll get used to it and your body doesn't ask. So first, when I started my intermittent fasting, I used to skip my lunch. So I used to feel hunger, I used to feel become irritable and so on, but I used to get preoccupied. I used to be get preoccupied with my patients. So when you're preoccupied, you're busy, so hunger pass off and you don't remember hunger. But at the time, if you're free at home, you're not doing anything, something you can't control hunger, you feel like eating something. And the another side effect of fasting is some people complain of headache. So this is also something like more of a behavioral thing. See, the moment when I skipped my lunch, I used to feel headache, I used to get irritable and everything. So whenever I get tired, I used to drink a glass of water, it used to disappear. You should train your mind. So I'm doing this fasting for my health benefits, to lose weight, to for numerous health benefits I get by fasting. You should tune your brain. So these are all more of behavioral things. See, for example, every 9 o'clock in the morning you drink tea. If you don't drink tea on one day, you'll get severe headache. So, but if you break that habit for 1 week, so on the eighth day, you'll not get egg if you don't drink tea also. So most of the things are behavioral things. You'll get used to it. Some people complain of constipation. There is nothing wrong. So if you don't eat anything on the day, obviously you don't get anything to defecate. So it's absolutely normal. You do not take anything for that. So, so if you're doing fastings on that day, fasting day, you may not, you may feel constipated. There's nothing wrong on that. So if you defecate once in 2 days also, there is nothing wrong, nothing will happen. It's not a health problem. You can just simply ignore it. Some people complain of dizziness, feeling extremely weak, and they say something like pre-syncope symptoms. But if you feel like that, please stop your fast, consult a doctor, and you should do fasting under doctor supervision. Some people ask, isn't it unhealthy to skip a breakfast? So it is something like a, big misconception. See, there is nothing like breakfast in a prehistoric life. See, something like in the forest, you wake up in the morning, or see something like no one comes and gives you something like breakfast to eat. You should go and hunt for your food. And if you're able to get food by 2 o'clock in the noon, so you'll eat at the time. There's nothing called breakfast. You see street dogs which live on the street, the dogs which live on the street, they don't get breakfast. The morning they wake up, they should roam around. If they're able to get food in the something like evening 4 o'clock, that is the time they eat. So they don't get breakfast. So there's nothing called breakfast in our life, in our prehistoric in life where we live in the jungle. So we eat whenever we get food. It is not like morning you should eat something. There's nothing like that. There's a big misconception going on in the people's mind that you should not skip breakfast, something like that. There's nothing like that. So many people ask, can I do exercise and workouts while fasting? Absolutely, yes. You can do fast. You can do workouts. You can exercise. So when you're fasting, if you exercise, definitely your body will do metabolic switching and your fat stores will get burned, and they will provide enough energy for your fasting. You will never become weak while fasting. See, just imagine 4 days you don't get any food in the jungle. So if you feel weak, obviously you can't hunt for the next year, and obviously you will die. That's doesn't how human body works. If human body works like that, obviously we don't live in this evolution. We don't live in this earth anymore. So literally, you'll have a lot of energy because fat stores will be burning and providing energy. You'll be very awake and you'll be very concentrated. So that you want to find the next food, you'll be very active and you'll find the food and you'll eat it. And again, you may not get food for 1 or 2 days. That's how your body works. So in between the cycles, periods of eating and periods of fasting. Once you break the cycle and you keep on eating 3 to 4 times a day, that's how you become fat, you become diabetic, you become hypertensive, you get heart attacks, you get stroke, you get cancers, and you get Alzheimer's dementia also. So next question, will fasting cause muscle loss? So this is another misconception. Fasting will never cause muscle loss. So your body is not designed like that. When you have fat stores, your body is very intelligent. It burns fat and provides energy. But when fat stores are depleted, next the body comes for muscle. Many people say that my biceps are decreased. See, around your muscle, there will be a lot of fat, something like if you're overweight. So whenever you do fasting, you lose weight. Obviously, you see certain say your circumference comes down. Doesn't mean that it's muscle mass, it's fat loss. So fasting doesn't cause muscle mass. There are a lot of research to prove that also. Will fasting slow down your metabolism? No. So if literally fasting slows down your metabolism, if you become slow, you can't hunt for next food and you will die. That's not how human body works. That's not how human body can survive in this millions of years of evolution. Even your metabolism will increase if you fast, so that you can find your next food and so that you can live on. So can children fast? Absolutely not. Any growing children, they should not fast, and it's absolute contraindications for fasting. So many people ask me, how do you manage your hunger during fast? So get preoccupied, be busy, do something, and don't be near some foods. Don't inhale some. If you're near foods, no, that food smell also will increase your hunger. Don't see some TVs where you get some food images. So try to avoid these distractions and keep preoccupied. Do be busy at the time, and definitely hunger will pass. And or you can drink a glass of water if you can control with that. You can go for a green tea or coffee. Don't add sugar. Don't add any something like sweetened things in that. That's it. Some people ask me if you don't eat for 24 hours, you may die. So it's nothing like that. Your body doesn't work like that. See, something like in forest, one day you get food, one day you'll not get food. Your human body knows how to survive this time. That's how your body is designed. Definitely, you're not going to because you see, you can try yourself fast 24 hours faster, nothing will happen. You have a lot of fat stores in your body. And as you can see, no one promotes intermittent fasting. Why? Because see, because it's something like no one gets, you can't get monetary benefits, you can't get profits by advocating fasting to people. See, if you can sell some supplements or something like that, you get money. But if you advocate fasting, so you'll not get anything. That's why no one promotes fasting, and that's why we'll not hear a lot about fasting because it is a huge monetary loss for many food corporations, which is something like they give a lot of advertisements, eat something, eat all the time. You should never skip breakfast. You should eat, then eat something, eat. That's not how human body works. So this is very important video. Please save it for your watch later section. Please like this video, and if you, what problems you're facing during intermittent fasting, please drop a comment. Have you tried it? Have you lost weight? What problems you have faced? And please share this video. And if you like this video, please subscribe to my YouTube channel because I'll be making more health-related videos, which will be very useful for following a healthy lifestyle. And intermittent fasting is the best because it will save your time and money, and also it will improve your health. And it doesn't cost anything to fast. Thank you.